Well, I think I'm live, so hope everyone's doing well. Get things started here pretty quick. It's been ages since I've streamed anything, so all my settings have been changed and it's a new computer, so let me know if anything's not working like it should. I think the audio should be okay, but if not, let me know. Just be ready to start here in just a minute. Streaming to YouTube is also kind of new to me at the moment, so hopefully I don't mess it up too bad. I think I should be ready to go now, so let's actually get going. So I kind of had an idea planned for this. Oh, let me just switch a window here. There's actually an in-game event going on right now. And I figured that might be a little bit more interesting to watch than me just doing whatever, so it's this event up here. Basically got to take jobs to and from Idaho cities. As long as they're over 100 miles, they count. And I am already 5 out of 11, so I'll mess around and try to get more and see how that goes. But let's get going and see if we can find a job. Now, let's see. I got my list of towns here that we actually need to do. So we're still in Idaho, which makes things a little easier. So basically, we're trying to take minimum, the bare minimum of a job we can. So as long as they're more than 100 miles, they'll count. So that starts here. Lewiston to Coeur d'Alene. I don't have Lewiston yet. I don't have Coeur d'Alene yet. I think that one's one we're gonna do right off the bat. Trailer of scrapped cars. Yeah, let's do that one. So I kind of mentioned it in one of my profile posts, but I've recently got a steering wheel and shifter and pedals and all that. And this will be my first time actually trying to do a job with the shifter, so I'm using clutch and whatnot. Using a clutch and a shifter and all that's going to be interesting. But we got a bit of a drive until we get to our job site, so I think we can start to get going. Once I take off the parking brake. I also had to change some of my key bindings, so hopefully I didn't forget any. Let's see, we got our lights, signal lights. I think we're mostly good. See how many laws we can break. Oh man, so much more to do at an intersection when you have to take care of everything. I don't have the best view system set up either, so if I'm like jerking around the screen at all, it's the best I can do at the moment, so. 12 miles to our pickup, so should be there relatively quickly. Mostly try to abide by all the speed limits. So I hope my chat's working. I hope it's actually scrolling, because I see some messages there, but we'll see as I get more. Okay, stop sign. Yeah, before I was just using like buttons to shift gears. It's a lot different having to manage the clutch and everything. Should be able to see pretty decently my my gauges. I'm doing my best to keep the revs in the green. If I like shift at the top of the green, it usually goes right to the bottom of the green, so it works out pretty nice. Alright, looks like we're at the junkyard, I guess. It's kind of like a shipping place, but if we're picking up junked cars, I would imagine kind of doing junkyard stuff. Okay, so our load zone all the way in the back there. Alright, gonna have to do a little bit of a turnaround in here. It's a short trailer, I think, so yeah, won't have any problems with that. Let's sneak under this gantry. So I do have, oh, I forget the name for it. It's like advanced trailer coupling. So the trailer won't really snap to the vehicle. You have to actually get the kingpin in the hitch. So let's see if I can do this just in my mirrors. It's a little forgiving, but who knows. A little bit this way. Not quite. We're just hitting the side of our hitch there. Straighten it out a little bit more. This is looking a little bit better. There we go. So get that attached. So now we're on our way. First time driving with a shifter and a load, so see how bad I can screw it up. Try to keep my mouse movements nice and smooth. I know I don't have the best setup, like I mentioned, for the viewport right now, so can't really show it because I don't have cameras set up, but I do have a bit of a homemade console beside me. It's running using microcontrollers hooked into the game. So I actually have like physical gauges sitting beside me for my fuel and whatnot. And an important one is what gear I'm in. It shows what when I need to shift and all that, so it's a little handy to have. I'm not going to be super by the book here. Like, I know this was a stop sign and that's a cop right there, but we're just going to go for it. As I shift, every shifting position is 3 gears, so I'm skipping a few. I have a button to offset that gear change, so. Hard to see oncoming traffic with these mirrors. Just go, 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 go. Totally blocking off the road. It's okay though. Now, which way do I want to be going? Coeur d'Alene. I should just look at the signs. I don't think I'd be able to drift in this thing. Might be for a later game I play, but we'll see what happens when the time comes. So I'm in gear 16, I'm gonna switch range, hop out, and that puts me in 18. It's gonna take me a while to get used to this, but I have 18 gears and I think like 3 reverse, so it's a little tricky to manage with a 6-position gear shifter. Quite the hill too here, so. Looks like we got construction up here. Ooh, red line. That too, I have to actually get a feel for where the gears are. Like when I'm downshifting, I have no idea which one I should shift into, but I'll get that in time. Apparently I didn't look when I turned lanes there. So that's the first one. First traffic offense. ignoring the fact that I'm kind of not in my lane fully. And I did say I got a % of trailer damage, but the way this game works is that's not like much of a big deal. It's the cargo damage is what gets you, but I don't think there would be a guy worried about damaging our crushed cars. So for a lot of these open roads, I'll be using cruise control, and I do have a retarder on my transmission. So if I'm going downhill, it'll usually keep me within 3 miles per hour of speed limit. I don't know. My headphones amplify it quite a bit, but you might be able to hear it work in there. Problem is, I think the AI traffic keeps exactly to the speed limit, so when I'm going down a hill like this, I catch up to them pretty quick. So 45 around this curve. So anyway, how's everyone doing tonight? It's been crazy hot here, so that's why I haven't been able to get a stream recently. I mean, it's still 29 degrees in my room, but it was 35, so I can actually be sociable and not overheat. You're lonely. Well, stop that. That's not allowed. .hack. Never played. I've heard of it quite a bit, though. Been finding ever since I got my new laptop, it's got a solid-state drive in it, so not a terrible amount of space. But I've been finding I don't really install too many games. I don't play a big variety on this machine anymore. Been finding in this game I do quite enjoy the Idaho DLC. I just like I think the New Mexico, one of those, Arizona or New Mexico, was free, and it's like nice and all, but it gets bland really quick. It's just flat desert. But I enjoy all the forests and the winding roads and in these northernmost states. Looks like we're merging onto a new freeway here, so... That's another thing my console has, is it's actually able to connect into the game with such detail that it can tell me what zone of speed limit I'm in, so I can just look over to my display and it'll say. Yeah, and this game is American Truck Simulator. I tried Euro Truck Simulator way back, but I just, as a North American, couldn't handle their traffic laws. It's nice that everything's in kilometers an hour for the most part, but like they have, I don't know if it's all of Europe, but there's a rule where you can't turn right at red lights, and it drove me nuts getting a ticket for turning right in a red light, so. Whereas that's perfectly legal to do here, so. So we're actually not too far out from our drop-off point. So with this one, since we didn't actually technically have our beginning, or our, I don't know, what do you call it? Opposite destination, the word is escaping me. But the place we started, we haven't actually discovered that until we started this job, so we're going to actually get 2 destinations, or 2 cities counting towards our progress for our goal here. It's going to be interesting if we go through any bigger cities with all these traffic lights. Good practice for me, I guess, but... it'll get interesting. That too, I wish this game, all the traffic lights are just like on timers. And I wish they had like sensors like they do in real life. Too often you just sit here at a light waiting with no one coming. And again, I suppose that does happen in real life too. So we're gonna need to merge here. This guy's letting us in, thankfully the AI is playing nice. And that noise was my loan payment coming out, so... not another ticket. Looks like this is a garage location we could own here too. Gotta be real nice following a cop. Avalanche Steel, so I guess we're taking these cars to a steel mill kind of place. I mean, all these jobs we're taking, like I mentioned, are going to be really small jobs to get them done quick, but they hardly pay anything. So, my leveling up is going to be few and far between, I think. Alright. I'm going to mostly play it safe with these parking jobs. If there's one that's not too bad, we may try it, but reversing can be kind of iffy sometimes. Just mind that fence. Come a little wide. Yeah, that should be good enough. There we go. I think for these little jobs, we're gonna be getting mostly smaller trailers. Is I think the way it's gonna end up working out. But yeah, like hardly any experience for that. But we got 2 cities towards our goal, so we're at 7 out of 11 now. So that was Coeur d'Alene. Just mark them down on the list I have here. Coeur d'Alene and was it Lewiston, I think was where we came from. Yeah, Lewiston, so we can mark that down. So we only have 4 more to go. Just gonna rearrange one of my windows here quick, and then I'll hop right into the next one. I really don't have good multi-monitor setup for this right now, but we'll manage. There we go. Okay, so I still haven't been to Sandpoint all the way up there. That one might be a tough one. We might have to wonder if that's 100 miles away. Let's take a look. Oops. That would be a fun one, but it's like very short, but a really long trailer. Let's see. I'm ordering them by distance, so as soon as I find one that passes 100 is where we can go. We obviously don't want any that take us out of state. Idaho. Now that one's from Coeur d'Alene to Grangeville, but I do have that town, both of those towns already, so gonna have to pass on that one, probably. We might have to double back on some towns we've already been to if the jobs aren't looking the greatest. Like these ones aren't super good. They're all going out of state. This one from Spokane to Boise, but I also got Boise, and it's a long way to go, so hold on, there was no Sandpoint. Might go back to Grangeville then. So this one won't count for anything, but it'll get us into a, actually this one will pay a little bit more, I think. 55, actually no, this one will more. So let's do that. We actually have to go over the state line into Washington to pick it up, but that's okay. It'll get us a little more central. I think it's just Ontario. That's in Oregon, so we don't have to worry about that one. Gotta do Pocatello, Idaho Falls. Salmon? Where's Salmon? I'll have to look at that one, but Salmon we don't have, and then Sandpoint all the way up here. Actually, no, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna drive up to Sandpoint and just take a job from there. That way we won't have to go all the way back up, so we'll bobtail it back up there. And I will have to sleep soon, so we'll maybe sort that out along the way. So let's just call it, stop here. It's only a 50-mile drive, so. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Not the most interesting, but I was hoping that this was a loop, but I guess not. Drive all over this scrap metal. Try to make this drive pretty quick. We'll be a little lax about following road rules. Where we can, anyway. Like here. I was gonna say like here, but then a car comes. Dang it. Go Mustang, go. These mirrors on this truck are like in a really bad spot. Go, go, go. This truck gets going so fast when there's no load on it. Oh, and we're actually going to discover an object up here. I'm assuming it's going to be a recruitment agency. Actually, no, we're not going to discover it. It's a little further down there. That's alright though, I'm not in a super urgent need for getting more of those yet. Okay, let's put it into high gear. Luckily, Idaho has pretty good speed limits, so don't have to worry about getting stuck, going slow. Neat little bridge under construction there. Okay, so this town we're going to is a little closer than I thought. Makes up for it. But once we get this one, we're done with all the towns up here, to my knowledge. This is quite the river. Keep my eyes on the road, kind of. Little beach down to the right. Okay, so I'm doing something a lot of sim people don't actually like doing, but I'm gonna pause while I'm driving to find a job here, so I know where I'm going. First though, where the heck is Salmon? Okay, that's a little bit of a pain to get to. There's no road connecting these two, but we'll figure it out. Anyway. This one we can do a little bit of a longer one if we want, as long as it goes to like Ketchum or Grangeville. Sort by price. Ooh. That might not be bad. Looks like a bit of a long load too, but that could be fun. Or triple to Grangeville. That might be a safer bet. Yeah, let's do that one. Used packaging from essentially what is Home Depot. Yeah, we're good. Truck's configured for a heavy load. Now hopefully we don't run into any really tight turns, because those can get a little sketchy in triples. I don't need to embarrass myself any further while playing this. Oh, I need to get a handle of downshifting. All right. Looks like we're gonna have to be going behind the store here. I haven't stalled yet, so go me, I guess. There's our trailer. Let's see if I can get this one on the first time. I doubt it, starting at this angle, but I can hope. A little too far to that side. That might be it. Ha. Alright, a little bit of a longer drive this time, but gonna have to be a little bit more careful too. Especially in, like, I've taken these kind of jobs and just got, like, hung up in the parking lot. I mean, it's a long-ass trailer, so... I don't think triples are legal where I live. I don't think I've ever seen a triple trailer. I've seen lots of doubles, but... It's not as bad as a non-articulated trailer, though, so... It'll at least kind of follow you around the corner a little bit nicer than them. And the benefit that this is a quite a bit nicer paying job. I will have to find somewhere to sleep though, and I'm like half tempted to do it at this gas station up here. Gonna have to take up a little bit of this lane here for a minute, but got no one coming. I still... Oh, I just barely cleared that corner. And didn't make the red light, or the green light. So we'll use this time to look up where we're gonna have a rest stop here. If we don't... Oops. If we don't take this next one right here, which might not actually be a bad idea because it looks pretty wide open. Our next one isn't until the next town, so... I guess that's a shop, can't sleep there. So it'd have to be like over here. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get in at this place right here. Hopefully it's not too cramped. I might have to disconnect my trailer, but... we'll see how it goes. It's literally right there, so... It'll also be interesting driving these trailers at night. Hard to see normally, and then they're also black. Quite thankful there's no oncoming traffic. Took up that whole light signal. That's a ditch right there. Oh man. So this is technically the exit, but we'll take it. Oh man, this is not ideal, but what I'm gonna have to do is decouple my trailers here, jump forward into the quote-unquote parking spot, and then sleep and rejoin. I'm sure the owners of the gas station won't mind at all. Just entirely blocking off their pumps, but that's okay. Oh, now this will be fun. It's a lot darker than I actually thought it was going to be. Hopefully I get this in my first go. It's looking good. Yeah. Okay. Let me do that for a second. Because there's a truck right over there, but I can't really see it. Oops. Actually load up. Take a wide turn here. trucks there. I think I should be okay. No one coming, so we can take up both lanes for a second here. Oh, crisis averted, I think. So I won't need to stop for the rest of the trip. I've got plenty of fuel. So hopefully it's nice, smooth driving from now on. Looks like we're due to arrive at just before 5 a.m. So I'm thinking it might be a little brighter by then. So we're thankful they actually made signs reflective in this game. They light up a far ways away, you can actually see them. These are quite the narrow roads, though. Red light, not paying attention. Oh, cut that one close. Man. What's that guy doing? Fishtail Foods. So this way is ways we've never actually driven before too, which is always nice. No, it's yellow. Better not get a ticket. So this load is heavy enough that it's actually warranting me to start in my low gear, which in this case is 3. High revs. Yeah, even gear 3 is a little too high. So we're back in Coeur d'Alene, right where we started. I'm also speeding a little bit. Always iffy about merging. It takes a long time to actually look properly. Kills all your speed. I think we're passing that big lake again. Yep. Neat. I gotta manage my speed in these kind of turns. Turns and downhill in pitch black. Going a little fast. So I don't know, what are people thinking we should do tonight? If I do maybe one more job after this, should I switch to Minecraft maybe? Some people were interested in me doing that. I won't have like tons of time to stream all night, but got a while yet, so. Minecraft's another one of those games that I haven't played in quite a while. I recently messed around in it just to, like, see some new things, but yeah, I'm so lost about a lot of stuff that's been added lately. Quite the deceptive hill we're heading up. I'm not even gaining any speed. Looks like we will be passing a couple way stations too, so we'll see if I actually get called into those. Sign says we got a way station in a mile, so I don't know if I've ever been pulled into a way station with triples. I don't know, I think it might just auto bypass you. Find out here in a second. No, it's gonna make me pull in. Interesting. Quite heavily speeding, but that's alright. £106,000, that's not insignificant. It's finally starting to get a little brighter out too, that's always nice. So it looks like we're going to be quite heavily downhill here. Try to keep it 50, 55-ish. Truck's 35, okay. Cut our corners a little nice and tight. We don't want to veer into the other lane here. It's making me do quite the weird thing up here. It's making me do some kind of random loop. That's interesting. I did not see that before. Kind of a weird road design. Cut it nice and wide. Bumped up on the curve a little bit there, but all is good. What a weird kind of navigation through this little spot. Wonder if I misclicked the map and it routed me this way. I don't think I did, but oh, up on the curb. Going backwards. Let's go. Oh, that was bad. So it looks like the hills and maybe that slight detour there is going to make us arrive now closer to 6. Or no, I guess we did sleeps too, so we're probably pretty close to on time. There's another way station right here, but I think that's... I hope it doesn't affect us. Okay, good. It sucked to have to pull into 2 in one job, but... What is going on here? Jeez. Bus and a semi just crashed into each other there. It could have ended up worse for me than it did. The AI in this game has its moments where you're like, wow, that's really cool. And then just moments like that where they crash into each other. Looks like we got construction. At least we got the green light. Almost back in Grangeville. 20 miles to go. God, I always get caught up in like watching the scenery slowly drift off the lane. Not an ideal thing to have happening, I guess, but... sun's finally coming up. Oh, right into the cemetery. Got more than 90-degree turn here. or less than 90 degree. That kind of sucks, but at least it doesn't look like there's anything for us to hit. I still made it. Can already see our drop-off point up there. Where's this one? Yeah, we can do that. It's always good to check if there's like a really middle tier parking like that. Gets you a little bit more XP. A little bit more. Well, there's another job. Take off one more city. Sandpoint. So we're now 8 of 11. Yeah. So we still need to go to just these three: Salmon, Idaho Falls, and Pocatello. Now the sad thing is, I don't know, ideally I would like to do them in that order, but I'm kind of thinking that there's not going to be a direct job. Huh, Pocatello. That's a long haul though. Twin Falls, I already have that one. The little trailer. Pocatello, that might be the one to end on. Be a little bit of a longer one, but get us a decent amount of money in one more city, and it. Problem is, I think it might put us too close to Idaho Falls to go straight there. I don't think that's more than 100 miles, but could maybe get one from Pocatello to Salmon, and then from Salmon to Idaho Falls, and then be done. But we'll take this one, and I don't know, it might be our last one tonight, we'll see. It's another articulated trailer, but slightly longer than the individual trailers, I think. So we got 900 miles of fuel range right now. We'll see what we got when we hook up. I might need to get fuel on this next mission too. It's always cool getting fuel with this panel I have set up, just seeing an actual gauge sitting next to me filling up as I fill up my tank. It's pretty neat. try to be fairly quick about getting over to this job too. I guess it's only 2 miles, so we'll get that done pretty quick. God, this truck speeds up so fast. I think I have the best transmission and the best engine I could afford, or have the level to get right now. Would be fun after I get all of these event missions done to do one of those extreme trailer hauling, the wide loads, and getting police escorts and whatnot. Police got someone stopped up there. Alright, so here's where we're picking up our job. It's quite the big complex. Think. Oh, okay. Might be a little bit of a tricky one too, but nah, it should be good actually. Nope, not quite. There we go, that's better. No, it still doesn't want to go. I'm a little off. Yeah, okay. I see which way I want to go here. This way. Just barely, but... not quite that much. There we go. That's looking better. Click. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so yeah, we don't even have to get gas. I'm only half a tank right now, so... range of 644 miles, and we've got 377 to drive, so... I don't think this load is as heavy as our last one either. Something I always forget to look at when I first get a new job is how much it weighs. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's like half, less than half, what our last one did. So that'll hopefully make us a little bit faster. Oh, that's the wrong gear. Cut the corners a little wider in this trailer setup too. Always comes in handy. Been a nice gas station to pull into if we did need it, but it's starting to rain. Not that button. That one. I don't know. I do enjoy driving in the rain, like, not only in-game, but real life. Can't remember if this is the way we came in, but I'm hoping these winding roads are kind to us. It says all trucks are to do 35, but we're gonna push that a little bit. Wondered if I might need to sleep on this route. It's quite the view. Make sure I watch where I'm going. Oh, going a little fast through these curves. Oh god, I'm not paying attention. really prefer not to flip the truck while I'm going through this mountainy, hilly terrain. Rain's starting to come down now. Oh, still a ways to go. This one's gonna be a long one. I love that sound. It's probably pretty quiet on stream, but just all the rain hitting the metal of your vehicle. Good stuff. For being as a visually simple game as this is, they do a pretty decent job with the scenery. It looks nice. The game could definitely use some kind of better anti-aliasing, but... Didn't even notice the speed dropped. But I hope everyone that is watching is having a decent night / whatever. I do kind of want to live stream here a little bit more often. I used to do it on Twitch all the time, but I don't know. I don't even really know how to quantify it. Not the atmosphere, but it's just kind of has become a chore to stream on Twitch. And then obviously I have a decent audience here that I've kind of been ignoring for the past years, so I want to actually revive some semblance of my channel. And I suspect, like, if me putting out no content, like what I've been doing for the past few years, I lose 100 subscribers every month. So I hope I imagine me putting out like live streams like this is gonna make that number go up for a little while, because obviously I never used to be a gaming channel, but it's kind of the way things have turned out. I've explained all of that in other videos, but would be nice to actually start interacting with my subscribers a little better. And I can't really say getting to know you because there's thousands of you, but I mean, it speaks for itself when I'm just doing a random live stream like this and I'm only getting a handful of viewers for as many subscribers as I have. So I do want that to change at some point. And I mean, I've always had the goal of getting 100k subscribers, 100,000 subs. So it'd be really fun to try and get that, but that's a lot easier said than done. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. So something that'll take time, maybe, if at all. But that too, I missed that. There we go. I do want my streams to be fairly, you know, social and casual. Oh, first stall. So we're at one ticket and one stall. It's better than I thought I'd be doing. But yeah, you know, if I'm sitting at home gaming, which I do when I have time, there's no reason I can't be live streaming and chatting to people. Won't do it every time I game, but you know, getting in the habit of doing it more and more. Something I kind of want to get into. I know I mentioned the heat was a big thing putting me off. Like, we had a pretty massive heat wave for the past week or two. Even before that, I was gonna stream, and then I had a little accident. I woke up one morning and went downstairs, because my bedroom's upstairs, went downstairs to find my house was fucking overrun with like ants. They weren't getting into stuff, it was like they were migrating from one side of like the outside of my house to the other, but they decided to go through the house to make that trip. So yeah, there was like thousands of ants in my house, but they all were just following a trail, not getting into stuff. So I ran to the hardware store to get some ant poison, and I was in the process of putting those ant poisons out, and it's just a little container of like a liquid. The container was hard to open, so I got my knife and opened one up. And then I do this, and I know people are probably already going to say, oh, you shouldn't do that, that was your first mistake. But if I'm like using my knife on something and I want to keep it pretty clean, I just wipe it off on like my pants. And I don't know what I was really thinking, but this knife covered in ant poison, I wiped off on my pants, but instead of doing it properly, I sliced to the side and just knife went straight through my jeans, straight through my my thigh, and I had like a really good cut. I didn't hurt at all, but you know, as soon as it happened, you could know, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So that put me out of commission for a good week. And it's still all bandaged and wrapped up, but yeah, cut myself with a knife covered in ant poison. Fun times. But yeah, like I said, main reason is the heat. So I'm hoping as things are cooling down where I am, it's streaming more regularly is something I can get into. And I know that's not going to please everyone. I get lots of messages saying that I should make more anime-related videos. And I might occasionally. No more compilations, though. I can't keep fighting copyright. It's ridiculous and soul-crushingly deadening, so... But we'll see what I can do. Anime games I might get back into a little more. I know I do have that 2 episodes of Akiba's Trip out, but I don't know. I haven't found an anime game that really clicks with me and I have the motivation to keep playing. Otherwise there would probably be on the channel already. So I try, and I'm grateful people are sticking around, but it's hard to give everyone what they want, I guess. Me kind of streaming regularly, I was thinking is more like a reinventing of the channel kind of thing. So we're still 200 miles out, basically. We're probably gonna need to sleep. Bar's almost full. Now this is a nice big freeway. Hopefully make up lots of time on this. Yeah, it's funny, ever since I got my wheel for my computer and started playing this game with it, I've noticed that I've actually, I wouldn't say got interested in semi-trucks, but I find myself paying more attention to them when I see them coming down the road. And I'm not by any means a truck guy, or semi guy, but I picked this semi. It's the Volvo, and it's probably not many people's first choice, but I just like the gauges of it. The gauges look nice, and the nice green strip was good for learning my shift points. So, I don't know. I really like the inside of the truck. It looks nice. Imagine I disabled the wheel just because it's weird seeing a wheel in behind my wheel, but the inside looks nice. The outside is not my absolute favorite, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not a terrible, huge choice in the game anyway, so we'll deal with it. But yeah, I actually the other day saw one of these trucks. Same brand, it was Volvo, but It looked the exact same as this one, aside from color. It was pretty neat. I just comprehended the speed went all the way up to 70. Let's try and get as close as we can to that. Now these missions that we're doing, they only count if they're on the online market, whatever they call them. And one thing they do to prevent, like, exploiting some of the missions on the online market is they limit your speed to 65. So even though this speed limit's 70, since I'm in an online mission, I'm limited to 65. Which normally isn't a big deal, but you can kind of suck when you're on a nice straight road like this and can't quite go the speed you're allowed to, but again, most states I don't think allow 70. Not for semis, anyway. There's another loan payment. Almost 58,000 or 5,800 per day. Luckily, I've amassed a little bit of a savings, so it's no big deal, and I'm always making money. Even with these missions. This one, the last two have been paying well, but the barely 100-mile ones hardly contribute at all. Hey there. Nice to see more people. So yeah, as you may have heard, we're getting tired. I should look at where we should sleep here. Or even are we? Oh, there we are. Okay, good. We're actually coming up to a proper rest stop, so that'll work out perfect. Oh, it's good to see that people are sharing my stream. I figured that would not happen for quite a while. But yeah, basically, I covered it way earlier, but we're just doing some in-game events in the state of Idaho. Basically, you gotta have a mission to and from every city in the state. I think we've done 8 out of 11, so this mission will get us one more. And then we'll be, I don't know, I might stop this game after this one. I might do a little bit of Minecraft, but trucks and trailers, that's us. No camera this time. Luca's passed out beside me on the floor. I have no idea where the other two are right now. I think they're both downstairs. Oh, I didn't. I hate it when I do that. I disconnected my trailer instead of sleeping. So now I have to pull forward, then reattach. Oops. Yep, I got 3 cats. I have a soft spot for rescues. Don't judge me. Oh, what the heck was that? Whatever. So once again, playing in the night. I wouldn't say child. They're probably all related somehow. They're all rescues that people like dump at my parents' place. They live on a farm, so people dump 2 and then they multiply, so I took 3 of them, but I think they all have the same father, and maybe 2. Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Mine probably, at least, I think Ellie and Jade both have the same parents, but it's so impossible to tell. Oh, I got police pulled someone over. Hope the semi lets me in. Yeah. Yeah, no, mine are pretty good together. I was quite amazed when I brought home Jade. The others were curious, but pretty much accepted her really quickly. Probably has something to do that I took them, each of them, when they were kittens, so. Oh, that's a truck. I was about to turn. Pro tip, look before you turn. Okay, let's get this back up to speed. I'm so glad in real life that I drive standards exclusively, because if I didn't, oh my god, this stream would be the worst. Suppose I should stop blinding people. I would if I could, but 65 is my limit on online missions, even though the speed limit is 70. Might be able to get a little bit more going downhill, but straight flats, this is what we're stuck at. Yes, indeed. Yeah. I spent like half an hour before the stream started just trying to equalize and make all my volume levels perfect. But it's so hard when like every program and every device has their own volume control. And every device handles sound differently. Like, you can probably tell I'm unconsciously trying to talk over the engine, and I know it's not super loud on stream, but in my headphones it's quite loud. My headphones like to boost sound like crazy. So when it's nice and quiet like this, it's alright, but when that engine's going constantly So we're on a 5th tank of gas. We're actually getting low, but My truck's saying we got 300 miles left and then only 30 miles in our mission, so we'll be good. I don't know, I'll ask now before I get to the end of this mission, but do people prefer I stick with this game or switch to Minecraft? Because I know the poll that I put out, lots of people were split between this and Minecraft, and then a lot said both, so I'm wondering if I should save Minecraft for its own stream or start playing a little bit of it. Might be a little bit of a nice relaxing wind down, but again, I haven't played Minecraft in ages, so I'd be totally lost. And yeah, I only have like maybe a total of 5 games installed on this computer. I've only got an SSD in right now, so my space is fairly limited. Surprised you're not playing the Steam PSO2 version. Or is it somehow worse? A lot of people on my server are playing it, so... Pocatello. This lane ends, of course. Finally. Let's try to park this one. Let's come a bit this way. This one should be a fairly easy matter to park. Park it right under the crane. I went a little too far. Oh, second stall. I would say I hope no one's keeping track, but I'm keeping track, so. Okay, so that was Pocatello, number 11 on the list. So we're 9 out of 11. Just 2 more, Idaho Falls and Salmon. Oh, I kind of want to actually just finish it now, but we'll see. I'm tempted to, because the way the mission works is, it's any mission that starts or arrives at a city. So I'm like tempted to actually just drive to Idaho Falls without any cargo. And see if I can get a job that takes me from Idaho Falls to Salmon, and then I get both in one go. Let's try it. I really hope there's a mission there that takes us there, but... because if not, that would increase our amount of driving by quite a bit. But it's not like Idaho Falls is very far. 50 miles. Let's give it a try anyway. Another game I kind of want to stream, but I'm so bad at it, it might be not the best idea, is Dirt Rally 2. It's so fun to play with a steering wheel, but most races end in me crashing into something, so... It's one of the few games that actually gives me a rush as much as it does, though. Like, just going like 100 miles or 100 kilometers an hour down a dirt road, sliding all over the place is really neat. I still have yet to play it in VR with the wheel. That's something I really want to do. That would be fun to stream, but that's a lot of setup, streaming. With VR and wheel. So I don't have enough room to keep my VR set up all the time. Let's break all of the speed limits. But yeah, as for other games, as I mentioned, I'm pretty low on space, so lately most of the games I have on my computer are racing games, just so I can mess around with the wheel. I do have some of the basics that I normally have, like RimWorld and Factorio. This wouldn't be a bad idea to stream sometime. I can see how Factorio, I would enjoy streaming it, but I could see how it's not a exactly super fun game to watch unless you're already into the game. And RimWorld's always nice because, like, if you have regular viewers, you can make them into characters. It's something I enjoy doing. Alright, now that we're not in a mission, I can actually go up to 70. Can even go 75 if I want to. Yeah, RimWorld's fun. That might be my next stream then. What am I doing? So that was us in Idaho Falls. So, take off my cruise control. Let's see if my theory pays off. So Idaho Falls to Salmon is what we're looking for. Idaho Falls, salmon, 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 come on. Oh, there isn't. That sucks. Is Ketchum, is that more than 100 miles? Because I still got to take a mission from here that's more than 100. Well, that's good to hear. I don't know, I think you joined right after my little, not a rant, but a explanation that I used to stream on Twitch all the time, but wasn't making much progress with it, and it was kind of tedious. I think I'll take this one. But yeah, it just never did go anywhere really. I got a couple hundred subscribers there, I think, 100 and under 200 for sure. But yeah, then I don't know. I fell out of streaming favor for quite a while and just wasn't interested. But now I want to get back into it, and people are saying YouTube streaming's kind of getting popular, and I've had I used to run like a compilation. That's what my channel used to be, is a compilation channel for anime. And it was fun. It got me lots and lots of awesome subscribers. And I'm sitting at what, just under 2,600. But yeah, I've been kind of neglecting them. So streaming is hopefully a way I can give them something. It's probably not what a lot of them want, but I can't keep doing the compilations. I finally got back into Google's good books with copyright and stuff a couple weeks ago, so I can finally monetize my channel again once I get enough view time, which I hope streams will do in a non-obtrusive way. I don't have too much interest right now in doing non-live content, but we'll see. I do want to switch more into live streaming games and whatnot. It's like I said, if I'm playing games on my own, there's no reason why I can't stream it and have nice chats with people. But yeah, copyright was annoying. I think pretty much almost every one of my vids got affected in at least some way. I mean, some of them, the crappy ones, they got just completely taken down worldwide. Some were taken down, usually regionally. It was taken down in Asia. I don't know if that's because the anime companies are from Asia, but some of them would do that, and then some of them, if they wanted to be real unpolite people, let's say, they would just give copyright strikes, and I mean, once you get 3 of those, your channel's gone. So at the time I had, I think, 10 million views total across my channel, and quite a bit of subscribers, and it's not exactly something I wanted to lose. So I kind of had to fight internally. Do I want to keep doing this and making people happy, or stop, anger a lot of people, but keep what I do have? And obviously that's the choice I ended up going with. I mentioned earlier that it's been like years since I actually have put out anything on this channel, and as a result I lose about 100 subscribers every month. But yeah, I suspect putting out these live streams, a lot of people aren't even gonna know who I am or why I'm in their subscription feeds. And I suspect for the first while of live streaming on here again, I'm going to lose a lot of subscribers again. But I mean, it is what it is, and I can't keep giving what everyone wants, I guess. So hopefully people are mostly good about that. A good amount of people are. So they're pretty understanding, and I mean, lots of people have stuck around these years that I haven't put anything out, so that says a lot. Oh, third stall. Stalled right as I attached. Did lose many YouTubers to the system. Yeah, I mean, faceless corporation, you know, it's not an ideal situation. But again, it is what it is. I made the choice to do what I did, and if I keep it up and can keep the motivation to keep adding content, I think I'll do okay. I know I also mentioned earlier that having 100,000 subscribers is kind of like the ultimate goal for me. Like, once I get there, I'll be completely happy. But that's obviously not. I mean, I'm a fair ways there. I'm like a quarter of the way there. That's amazing in itself. But it's the way the channel is now, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, that's for sure. It's going to take a lot of work. And I'm quite lucky with the amount of people I have already, even though only, what, right now only 4 people are watching, which, I mean, it's not ideal, but I'm thankful for it, so I can live with it quite happily. As long as I can keep getting my viewership up and it gives me something to work for. I will have to go back to school in September. Maybe, we'll see. You never know with what the world's doing right now, but I gotta finish my second term of college in September. So I might have a little less time. It's a busy course, but it's something I want to keep doing. Because I've always been kind of one of those weird people that like having people watch me play games, and I also like watching people play games. I don't know, it's a little bizarre, but it's always been kind of like that, so having people to just randomly chat with while I game is kind of nice. It's just, I don't know if it's an embarrassment thing, but I find it hard to motivate myself to actually start live streaming, but once I do it, I do enjoy it. And even though I realize that's the case, it's still hard in the beginning just to get motivated to do it. Yeah, school will be difficult. I don't know, I got... let's just say I got fired from my last job. Me and the owner didn't have had a disagreement, I guess you could say. But I took that opportunity. I worked at the place for 7 years. I loved the job, I loved what I did, but for that entire 7 years I earned minimum wage. And it was not possible to continue my lifestyle as it was on minimum wage. I mean, I bought my own house 3 years ago. At the age of what am I? 23. At the age of 23, I bought my house. So between stall 4. Between bills and all of that, $15 an hour. I know that's a lot better than some places get, but it's not enough for me. So I used me being fired as an excuse to actually go back to school. And I don't know. I'm set towards an industry that pays very well. We'll see how it goes, though. I've never had harder school in my life. It's a difficult course, and it's the most heavily packed course route or course curriculum. I don't know what the term is, but it's the heaviestly packed course that my college offers, and everywhere else somewhat locally they offer the course in a full 2-year course, but mine's only 1-year course, so it's been a change. I mean, I've been a lazy relatively speaking lazy person for the past 7 years. That job, I mean, it was for a while I was only working nights, and I quite enjoyed that, but getting up early in the morning, going to school again 5 days a week is was quite the shock to the system. But again, it's gonna be a change well for the better. And if I have my way, I won't have to move anywhere to get a good job that I'm aligned for, so. I just completely forgot about our fuel situation. Okay, we're good till the end of this one. We have 200 miles left and our destination's 140, so maybe if I find a nice looking gas station I'll pull in, but yeah, I hope everyone else is handling the world events reasonably well as you can. It's been an interesting year, that's for damn sure. I'm quite lucky in the fact that the place I live is really quiet and it's a very small town, but yeah, it has its moments. I'm running out of fuel. Thanks, truck. Yeah, starting a company would be pretty crazy. My parents own their own company that they started. Luckily, a few years, I guess. It's been a few years before this all happened, but they seem to be doing okay. It's not like businesses you hear are having to shut down because of all this, but I don't know. I've had my first college term. I finished that, and oh, let's get fuel. I finished my first college term, and then there was the giant summer break, and I wish so badly that they just kept the 2 terms together, because, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Not only now during a pandemic, but what am I supposed to do with a spring break that lasts, like, I guess 3 or so months? It's kind of hard, because most people will be like, oh, you'll just find a job, but you can't really do that now. Oh, God, I'm just detaching my trailer. But yeah, I kind of wish we just got it over with, but now I have to go back and do all that. Oh, I see. Ideally, I wish if I had a little bit more capital, which I certainly do not in this time. If I had a little bit more capital in my bank. One thing I've really wanted to do is get, like, set up as a mini hub. Oh, stall 4. No, mini maker, basically, and get like a nice 3D printer, laser cutter, and all that kind of stuff. One thing I've been trying to do, but if I had money, it would further along. It'd be a lot further along than it is start upgrading my woodworking shop a lot more than it is and have proper tools, because right now it's cramped and I don't have good tools and just making do with what I have, basically. But I mean, you see some of the stuff that people make on, like, oh, stall 5. Wow. Stall 5. Okay, we're on 6 now. Glad someone's keeping track. Not really, but you know. I've got cars coming and they're going to be a giant pain. No, I'm actually stuck. Oh, yeah. There's a sign there. Okay, don't mind me, police officer. But yeah, like, if I could be a hobbyist maker, some of the stuff that people sell on, like, Etsy, I mean, end grain cutting boards. If you make like professional looking end grained cutting boards, you can make hundreds of dollars off of those things for like $20 in materials. Not even. It's kind of ridiculous, and it would be something I would enjoy doing, but I just don't have the capital to get it rolling. Not right now, anyway. Oh, I wasn't supposed to turn yet. But yeah, I mean, woodworking and all that kind of stuff is a bit of a hobby of mine. By no means am I really good at it, but something I've kind of always enjoyed. And if you can find a hobby that you enjoy, why not do it? Yeah, cutting boards. Cutting boards are there's a few niche things in the woodworking world that just sell for crazy amounts, and if you can make, I mean, it's not just like a plank. I mean, you can Google end grain cutting boards, and they're pretty elaborate. But if you had the materials and the tools to do things properly and precisely, which I don't right now, you're basically just like gluing wood together and running it through a planer and oiling it up and preserving the wood. And if you can get some nice designs, people pay for that stuff. Like $200 is par for the course for a nice cutting board. If you're into more like precision fine detail work, routering pens is another one. People, oh, I just hit my trailer. People make little pen blanks and then pop them in their lathe and make nice elaborate decorative wood pens, pen bodies, I guess, and then put the pen mechanics inside to sell as like a kind of like an executive quality pen, and they sell for quite a bit. One thing I would really like to do, but it's a little bit more involved, I think, than these two, is actually forge work and knife making. I always thought it'd be kind of neat to have my own little hobby forge and just make knives, and knife handles plays really well into woodworking, and also into something that I've been really wanting to get into is resin and epoxy work. And I mean, knife handles are pretty neat. I guess they call them knife scales, but you can just basically take, like, I saw a guy take a fire hose, an old fire hose, and cut it in half so the fabric is showing on the outside, and he just pops it in a mold and fills it with clear acrylic. And I forget the technical name for that, but when you put fabric in acrylic, there's a name for it. But it's quite often done for knife handles, and they look pretty neat and decorative, and they also go for a little bit if you can make a nice knife. Yeah, swords would be cool. It'd be cool to make swords too, but that requires a little bit of a bigger forge. On kind of the topic of forges and stuff, it's like the similar vein, but one thing I've really wanted to get into is meat smoking. Get a cold pellet smoker and just like have it running in my backyard. Pop a bunch of meat in it and just let it smoke for hours upon hours. Ugh, I could eat smoked meat like candy. Maybe it's a good thing that I don't have one, but smoked meat, I could make my own jerky. Ugh, beef jerky would be the death of me if I could have like any large amount of it. I don't know, I've been finding as I've gotten a little bit older, I've been a little more crafty than I've ever been. So I want to like do DIY stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure I showed you the picture of my micro-controlled panel I have with the gauges in it that I'm using for this game. But, yeah, it's been kind of fun and a decent distraction from the ridiculousness lately. Making an anime. Now there's a task and a half. It would be neat. I am like the least artistic person ever, though. Like recently, actually, the other day, my parents often get me to come in and do technical side of things for their business. Things that they don't necessarily know how to. They're not the greatest with computers. So they pulled me in the other day and got me to design them new business cards. Because before they were paying like a professional graphic designer to do it, and of course they charge a lot, and I could sit there and do it in Photoshop for free. So they got me to make up 2 different ones, and yeah. Stuff like that. When they tell me, oh, just be creative and I'll tell you what I like about it or what don't like, I really struggle with those kind of instructions. But if I'm told exactly what they want, I can recreate that and be relatively good with it. Because like I sat there with them for 20 minutes struggling, just trying to make my own thing, and then finally they gave me a suggestion, kind of hinted at what they want, and then it's a matter of like 10 minutes and I was done, and they ordered 1,000 of them. So that sounds like my grandparents. Always, always, always. Like, okay, so my parents and grandparents live on this technically it's different property. It's a farm, but they're like right next to each other, and they live excuse me, they live like pretty much like 100 feet from each other, and it's all joined up together. So legally it's different properties, but yeah, basically they live together in different houses on the same property. And every time I visit my parents, my grandmother knows, and always calls me and says, I need you to come over and fix the computer. And usually it's something crazy like it disconnected from Wi-Fi and wasn't connected again, or need help because the printer won't print, but at some point she unplugged the printer. So and then I plug the printer back in and it prints like a bajillion things that she tried to print, but you know, just stuff like that. And it's kind of funny because like a good portion of my college classes is like, well, technically now that I'm done my first term, I meet all the qualifications to apprentice as a electrician. And she's having wiring problems in her kitchen. And every time I come over, she's like, you should take a look at my kitchen wiring, it doesn't work. And I mean, all of our classwork about wiring was done in theory, basically. Like, that's what the apprenticeship's for. You're supposed to take an apprenticeship and learn hands-on and all of that. So I know the theory, and I've always kind of known the theory of electronics. That's another one of my big hobbies, so. But she always tries to get me to look at her house wiring, and just because I mentioned I've done wiring in school, she thinks that I'm like a professional at it, and it's hard to tell her I'm not. But I mean, that's pretty much all grandparents. Oh, another one was when she couldn't get the computer mouse working, but it's a wireless USB mouse. She took the USB dongle out of the computer and then misplaced it, but didn't realize that's what it was for. So she's trying to get a mouse to work that wasn't connected to the computer. So I had to get her a new mouse, and I told her what to go in and ask for. And even that was a little bit of a chore, but what can you do, I guess? Grandparents and technology. I want to believe when I'm a grandparent, if that ever happens, I want to believe I'll be like the cool grandpa, like playing video games and stuff. I'll be the one teaching the kids how to do things. Just had the thought pop into my head, have like grandkids bothering me to play with them, and then I'll be the one saying, "Oh, I'm in the middle of a match, I can't play," and then they'll be like, "Well, just pause it. You can't pause an online game." Have the tables turned. Ah, I can never get that braking just right. I always stop right before. But I will say, it is nice to game and just chat with people like this. It's been a nice change of pace, so don't think your presence is not appreciated. It's one thing I've learned, kind of, after getting my own house and like living on my own by myself, is how solitary it can actually be. I don't know if I'm gonna get this parked right. Oh, that's like stall 7. I'm the worst. Oh, we did get it. Okay, good. My problem is I never put it back into neutral, and then don't realize. I swear I drive standards all the time. I'm not pretending. Okay, so that's the second last one. One more to go. This was, what was this? Idaho Falls, right. So we just gotta go to Salmon now. If they have one from this town to Salmon, I just might do it now. I don't know if they will, but we'll see. Let's go route. Oh, it is route length. Okay. Salmon, yes. Frozen fruits. That's like an awesome cargo. We're gonna pretend it's apples. I don't know if anyone saw my stream thumbnail, but it's apples. We're gonna call it apples. And that's a good one to end on. It's Holo's apples. It's just a funny thought, thinking Holo would own her own truck company hauling apples everywhere in a big like trade conglomerate. That's weird, that trailer just like disappeared. And our cargo is just in the lot beside us, so that's always nice. So it's obvious that you're pretty into anime if making one is on your agenda. Have you watched Spice and Wolf? Because, oh my god. If you haven't, if you couldn't tell, I kinda like it. Good answer. I don't know. Yeah, it's my favorite. Season 3 when? Oh. Damn it. I'm judging you now. No, just kidding. But yeah, no, it's definitely my favorite series. Alright, yeah, thanks for stopping by. If you're going to bed, it must be late. Well, it's almost not quite 1 o'clock for me yet, so. I would recommend it to everyone, but like I say, it's adorable wolf teaches you economics. Is basically how I describe it. And I don't know people's situations, but it's pretty tame, but it's not one I would watch with parents in the room. Especially the first opening scene. I mean, it's nudity, but done tasteful. Yeah, well, it's funny because I watched an episode, just the first one, the other day. And I obviously feel really nostalgic towards it, but watching it a little bit more mature as I am now, you notice the animation isn't the best. As pretty as it is, it's not super fluid, as a lot of the new anime seem to be. And the sound quality, I don't know if that's just... I'll be honest, I don't own it, and I do want to own it at some point, but the download I had for it might have been... it might just be the download I have for it, but the sound quality wasn't the greatest. Yeah, well, my first one I watched definitely was, but well, that's not true. I went through a period where, when I was younger, I didn't really like anime at all. But it's odd because, like, watching cartoons at home, sometimes there was, like, quote-unquote, like, the Western anime that I watched and really enjoyed. And if you count that, I guess, like, Cardcaptors was my first one I've ever watched. Without really realizing it is anime, you know? And then when I was in my adolescence, I never really liked it. Then I had a friend that kind of pushed me into it. And the first one I watched was Shuffle. And if you don't know, that's based on a visual novel. And as you probably do know, most visual novels aren't exactly family friendly. So I watched that and it affected me deeply. Okay. But yeah, Spice and Wolf definitely wasn't my first, but it was fairly early on. Ah, Necropara. Yep. I still have to play the newer volumes of that. I think I played the first one and a bit of the second. But no, I went through a phase before I liked anime where I was playing visual novels secretly in my room. And Shuffle was one. Obviously Necropara wasn't out then, but the other big one was Monster Girl Quest. If you know that, well, it doesn't need a description. But it steered me into a genre I quite like today, and I don't know. I don't think you're from my server, but I run a Discord server that has like thousands of people on it. that is about Monster Girls, so that one stuck with me. I guess you could say. I'm trying to think of, like, other ones. I know I played a lot more, but none of them were that memorable for me. But then I watched Spice and Wolf, and holy hell. I quickly bought all the books. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, wow. It's definitely not for everyone. But I mean, anime is kind of like that. A lot of times you're gonna get something you don't like in a lot of things. There's just so many subcategories, and I hate to call them fetishes, but you know, there's so many of them in anime that it's hard to find something that's perfectly to your liking, and that to me was Spice and Wolf, so I lucked out there, but I haven't watched that one myself, but I definitely know of it. That too, I've kind of been in a rut for anime. I haven't watched hardly any in a long time. I'm trying to think, my last one was probably Made in Abyss, but that's just because a coworker recommended it to me. It's kind of slice of life and Magical Girl, isn't it? I just got that one character stuck in my head. Chuni, I'm assuming is... I'm pretty sure that's her name. All I remember is, like, the eye patch. Pay a little bit of attention here. It's pretty mountainous terrain. I'm trying to think of, like, other anime that I really like. Made in Abyss was pretty good, but I don't remember much of it. Oh, that was a stick. Right, Rika. Okay. Yeah, so it's close. Jeez, I can't even come up with some that I like now. I have like a massive list on my hard drive of series. Oh, I'm going a little fast, my truck's wanting to tip. I don't want to spill my apples. Okay. What were some other ones I liked? I'm like drawing blanks right now. By far, obviously, Spice and Wolf was my favorite, and like, if I had to choose one to only ever watch, it would be that one. I did enjoy Shuffle when I watched it, but I haven't watched it probably since then, so I don't know if that would be my opinion now. I don't know, call me a furry or whatnot, but I do kind of want to watch Beastars. And Brand New Animal is the other one, but People on my server praise those ones quite a bit. I haven't had time to download or watch them yet. What I really want to watch is Season 3 of Spice and Wolf, but that's not happening. I haven't actually watched the Nekopara anime yet, or the OVA. Well, it's a very good mentality to have, that's for sure. People are entitled to like what they do and don't like what they don't, and that should not have an effect on you. It's basically the gist of it. I kind of try to live by that. I'm actually getting enough money I might be able to pay off my loan soon. Oh, trees falling over. Yeah, it's always good to go to things with an open mind. That's for sure. This is a really nice area. I live kind of by the Rocky Mountains. They're an hour drive. I'm not in the States, but this route right here reminds me of a place we go camping in the mountains. And I quite enjoy this. Yes, just like this stream. I'm hoping a good amount of my audience shares that, but we'll see. I mean, if they want to unsubscribe just because I'm not doing the anime stuff as much as I used to, that's on them. I get where they're coming from, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, so I live in the prairies, let's say. So it's flat and there's never anything. So when you do get to drive up to the mountains, it's quite nice. Up until recently, with everything going on, me and my parents would always go up to the mountains and camp there for, I think, 2 weeks is what we usually did. But it's just such a nice change of pace, and there's no cell phone reception, which I'm iffy towards. It can get quite unbearable after a few days, but it's good for you. Our sleep meter is really high. We might be able to push it to get to our destination, I'm thinking. I really hope this game expands into Canada at some point. It'd be cool to have like Alaska as well. So do the big trip up to Alaska. I'm actually going to take a sleep in this next rest stop here, because it's right on the corner. But, it'd be nice to see it expand into Canada, to drive places where I'm familiar with. I don't really come to the States very often. Not recently, anyway. This is quite the little interesting turnoff. It's like someone's house. Now I wonder if I can cheese the game a little bit here and just nudge the parking spot a bit. Nope, it's not gonna let me. I was hoping I could get a this might be a bad idea. He'll never suspect a thing. This kind of looks like a landmark with the plaque and whatnot they had back there. I'm not familiar with very much of like the topography. Why is this not letting me sleep? Is this not a sleeping spot? One sec. Let's get rid of the trailer. Cop didn't mind, it's alright. Why is it not letting me rest here? Just gotta find the spot that it does, unless it's like a bugged area. Oh, I thought that was it, but it's just warning me that I'm about to pass out. Try up here. Like where I parked my... Nope, still not there. It's usually just a vague spot that like it'll beep at you when you're in it. I'm like gonna do some illegal stuff here. I don't know why it's not letting me. I'll try and pull in at this. Oh, that's a cop. Try and pull in here, but if it doesn't, I'll have to go somewhere else, which kind of sucks. No, that's weird. It's completely broken. Oh, my cat is pawing my leg. Come up. Oh, now you're tangled in my headphones cables. So we might be in a bit of trouble with this sleep then. Unless when well, no, I pulled forward, so... Okay. Cat, need to go back down for a little bit. So... Yeah, alone, whatever. Pretty sure this is a one-way street, but... I'm gonna have to find out somewhere to go pretty quick here. Oh, and there is not one until we get into town. Gonna have to stop and sleep at the gas station. See if we can make it. If not, we just get fines, but... it's kinda unfortunate. I'm just gonna... one last ditch attempt. Nope, it's not letting me sleep in here either, so... These guys are just wondering what's going on, this weird semi. So I'm gonna try and get this little segment done as fast as possible. Maybe do my little technique of speeding 5 miles an hour over. I can't remember what the exact limit for speeding tickets is, but it's the one thing I wish they added to this game. I have a sleeper cab. There's like literally a bed behind me. I wish you could just sleep anywhere you could find a spot to pull over, but I guess not. Ooh, that's a steep corner. Well, I'm not sure. If it's wanted, I could probably stream a bit of Minecraft after this job. If not, I might just end it here after this job, but it depends on what my entire 4 viewers want. And you're the only chatty one, so... Like I said, I kind of want to stream more regularly, so this went well tonight. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully can do it again pretty quickly. Oh, there's my first sleeping fine. $200. We're 11 miles from our destination, so maybe about 7 from sleep area. Yeah, I'm usually a late person. I'm by no means a morning person. So when I do stream, it'll always probably be evening or later. I mean, it's 1 o'clock for me now, basically, so... Finally to salmon. I think there's a reward for doing all of these missions, and it's like a in-truck bobblehead or something. $4 or $10, no middle. Yeah. Yeah, I can. I kind of agree with that. Usually I've been on the later end of that range. But, I mean, being home with nothing to do. Do you really blame me? Come on, wipers, shut off. So, since we're almost there, does that mean you want me to play some Minecraft? I wouldn't mind playing a little bit if it's what's wanted. Oh, that's good. It's quite... It can be... I wouldn't say I'm affected by it too much, but it's always... It affects everyone differently. Yeah, differently. So it's always good to be supportive. If I'm brutally honest, the thing that's affecting me the most from it is just money. I was planning on getting a summer job, but couldn't really do that with what happened, so it kind of threw me for a loop. Well, our however many pounds of apples have arrived at our grocery store. Ah, I do that so often. That's the worst. Buttons are beside each other for completing the mission and decoupling the trailer. So now, not only do I have to pull forward, then reattach the trailer. Pretty sure I have to reverse now again. Oh, never mind. We're good. We're good. Well, that's good. I don't judge. Well, that is it for the missions. Personal goal completed. When a player completes delivery, will complete their personal goal. Personal goal. They get an achievement and a paint job. When the community goal... Okay, so if the community goal gets completed, which I have no idea if it is or not, I'll get a ornament for inside my vehicle. Interesting. Well, that was fun. Glad I actually got that before it finished. Nice, nice. It's kind of odd that they only have one road into this town. Alright, so I have 250k left to pay. So I can't quite pay it off, but we're getting there. I'm thinking I might end it here if people aren't super wanting me to continue. With the promise that I will stream again really soon. Barring any heat waves that magically pop up again. Oh, sure have driven a lot, holy cow. Yeah, these lower Arizona and New Mexico, I think that's what those ones are. They are neat and whatnot, but they're so flat and they get old quick. Although I want to go to the Grand Canyon Village, that'd be cool. Well, that's good to hear. And I mean, again, thanks for stopping by. Oh, I did not want to do that. As I mentioned, it's something I want to get into the habit too. I mean, I don't think I'll ever be one of those people that stream like daily, but you know, just to be social and actually makes me sound like I'm a neat, but makes to be social and have someone to chat with and viewers and whatnot to interact with. It's always good. So I might try to do that a little bit more often. And yeah, whoever told you to join, tell them I said thank you. I have no idea who it was, so. Milk. Yeah, no, daily streaming is even from a viewer standpoint, I don't like it. It's funny when I on occasion when I do go watch Twitch streams, which isn't very often, but it happens sometimes. When I do go watch them, I always filter by viewers and then go to the lowest and just watch the quiet streams. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I imagine there's quite a few that were. Well, I mean, all of my subscribers were, I suppose, but it's also good to have new faces. So, but yeah, I was saying, watching the big streams, like even, like, I don't know, it's just not something I'm into, but. Well, that's appreciated. Honestly, you didn't miss much back in the day. It was basically me. If I saw a funny anime scene, I would make it into a video and upload it. So, I mean, YouTube isn't missing anything from me not doing it. There are tons of people that are, so. But yeah, big streams there. Streams you can't even keep up with chat, and the streamer doesn't really interact with its audience and whatnot. I enjoy the smaller ones where you can actually have conversations with people. Not saying I do every time, but I mean, it's just a nice atmosphere. And the smaller streamers are a lot more humble and grateful for having viewers. So, win-win, I guess. Yeah, they can be. It's kind of funny. I've never really been big on like face cams and all that, and I know lots of streamers do that, and it's just never really been my thing. I entertained the idea last night of like having one of those face tracking avatars like VTubers do. It'd be kind of funny. Just a funny thought for someone like me to do that, but Just imagine having like a little wolf or fox or something in the corner talking to you while I stream. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how big they're getting. I watch them on occasion. I watch highlights of them on occasion. I don't like watch their streams, but I have a couple favorites. Well, then again, that changes all the time, so it's not even worth mentioning, but anyway, I'm kind of rambling on now, so I should probably wrap things up. So, as I said, I do appreciate anyone that did come to watch, all 4 of you right now. It is awesome that you stuck around. And if you actually remembered who I was. So, I'll hopefully try to stream more, but we'll play it by ear, and I'll post on my channel like I kind of have been lately. It kind of shocked me the first post I made actually got a bunch of votes and replies, so hopefully I'll keep that up, and it's not like I'm doing anything till September, so well, that's good. Thanks for that. But yeah, I think that's about it for me tonight. I'm at this point just repeating myself, so thanks again for watching, and we'll hopefully see anyone around next time. I'll keep an eye on the chat, so if anyone sticks around, wants to ask me anything or just chat, I'll be around for a little bit. So thanks for stopping by. You take care too, and we'll see you next time.